Do you hear that? Shh. We're home. Welcome to the jungle, where survival means deciding, are you the hunter or are you the prey? This is no sanctuary.
Boom, big time hit.
No mercy, no forgiveness, no escape.
He's got it! Touchdown!
It's a battlefield draped in orange.
The jungle is roaring.
Bengals don't usually hunt Jaguars. But if they're hungry enough...
That 1-0 feeling is oh so nice, as the Bengals won the battle in Cleveland, returning to Cincinnati with the dub, as we now open the home slate in orange against a fellow Jungle Cat. Welcome into another edition of Bengals Weekly. I'm Marissa Contipelli. It's open in orange as we get you set for a Big Cat AFC matchup of stripes versus spots in the jungle. So as we count down the minutes until kickoff against Jacksonville, we sit down with Jordan Battle, fresh off of his fingertip drill INT in Cleveland. On Countdown, I'll tell you which rookie is already on top of one NFL leaderboard. Dan, Dave, and Jeff join the show and share their favorite Bengals home openers from the years. And we welcome in the Cincinnati Kid, as Sam Hubbard will be this week's ruler of the jungle. But before we get to the nuts and bolts of this week's matchup, we start things off up north, as the Bengals prepared to open the season against their in-state rivals. Here is this week's From the Jungle.
What gives you the most confidence that you will be productive?
History. All the players that we have in that room have gone and proven it time and time again. As far as the excitement to get out there, at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Showing everybody the hard work that you put in over the last 9 months in front of the world. I'm excited to go out there and put on a show.
We've been practicing hard. We've been focused on all the details, but now it's game week.
Our best bet this year, bro, is just go out there and play hard football. You know what I'm saying? Start off fast and finish strong. That's all we could do. And just play as a team. That's the best thing we could do. Hold each other accountable. It's the only way we could be great.
It can't get much bigger for a week 1 game for us with how we want to start. Going up to Cleveland, get a divisional win, be 1-0 in the division, be 1-0 on the season.
It's huge. Just opening up week 1 in Cleveland yet again. It's a real deal. It's not preseason. You know, you're not coming out after 2 series. We're going the distance.
I see it. Week 1, division opponent. Gonna be a lot of plays made. And I ain't talking about in brown. I'm talking about in white. Tune in to the show, baby. Here we go.
After months of talking about and hearing about the need to get off to a fast start, the Cincinnati Bengals look to kick off the season with a road win in Cleveland. It's the Bengals and Browns on opening day, and it is time for the pigskin to fly here at Huntington Bank Field. They fake a handoff, Burrow throws. It is caught by Noah Fant, the newcomer in his Bengals debut. Drops back, throws over the middle, caught for a first down. T. Higgins hauls it in. The Bengals have taken about 5.5 minutes off the clock on their opening drive. Mike Gesicki goes in motion. They run behind him. Chase Brown inside the 5.
Nice little changeup right there to break some tendencies by the Bengals.
Fant goes in motion. They hand it off to Chase Brown. He's running left. Yeah. He'll go into the end zone. Touchdown! Nice. Chase Brown and the Bengals as Cincinnati begins the season with a 12-play touchdown drive that took half of the first quarter off the clock.
We saw the 12-play drive for the Bengals that scored an opening drive touchdown. The Browns right back with a lengthy drive of their own.
4th down and goal from the 1. Flacco hands it off. Rocket Sanders into the end zone. The Browns go 16 plays to score a touchdown. 2nd down and 7. Cincinnati at its own 49. Clock running with 7:58 left in the half.
Let's go right here. Let's go right here.
Burrow to throw. He fires a pass over the middle, caught by Jamar Chase, accelerating toward the Cleveland 30. Burrow in trouble, gets out of a possible sack. Burrow throws, caught by Pirine, runs to the 18 for a first down. The Bengals have it in the red zone. Burrow looking left, throws, incomplete for Chase, but he was blatantly interfered with. 2 extra offensive linemen are coming into the game. The Bengals will have 7 offensive linemen inside the 1. Burrow wants to throw. His pass caught. Noah Fant, who throws the ball high into the air in celebration as the Bengals score their 2nd touchdown. On 1st and goal from the 5. Flacco looking to pass, his throw caught for a Cleveland touchdown. The Bengals are trailing for the first time this season. Andre Schmidt's PAT is no good. He missed it wide right.
This defense has got to make a stop right here.
Flacco fakes a handoff, and he gets sacked.
Nice.
Knocked down by Trey Hendrickson. 2nd down and 16 after that 6-yard sack. Pass over the middle, and it is intercepted.
Nice.
Off a ricochet by Jordan Battle. He's running it back at the 25, and he'll be tackled after getting down to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 35-yard kick, and it gives Cincinnati a 1-point lead. 2nd and 9, Flacco to throw. He'll try to run to the sideline. Chris Jenkins takes him out of bounds, well short of the first down. Flacco under pressure, a nice tackle by Oren Burks.
That's big time, Dan. Out in space.
Pass caught short of the sticks. Judy tackled at the 42-yard line. No gain on the play. It is 4th and 7.
Let's go! Let's go!
3rd and 9. The Bengals cannot give up a first down here. Jamar Stewart in to rush the quarterback. Flacco back to throw. Pump fakes. Flacco spinning around. He will be sacked at the 19-yard line. Nice. And the Browns will have to settle for the field goal try with 2:30 to go. The Browns trying to take the lead. Schmidt's kick on the way. No good.
No.
He missed it wide right.
Woo.
One more takeaway.
No
Browns
huddle.
go no huddle.
Yep, 2-minute drill, no huddle.
They have it at their own 43-yard line. Flacco looking to throw. His pass. It is intercepted. It went off the fingertips of Tillman. DJ Turner comes up with a football. And that is coffin nails.
Bam, bam, bam.
The Cincinnati Bengals are 1-0. Doesn't that sound good?
Yes, it does.
As they come to Cleveland and win on opening day, 17-16.
Last night we said we're going to face some adversity. We knew there were times this thing was going to be ugly. We just had to find a way to win. Great start, 1-0 in the league, 1-0 on the road, 1-0 in the division. That's the best way we can start, okay? So get your bodies right, get ready for Jacksonville, okay? We turn the page as quickly as possible, and we get ready to roll.
Here we go. Who they? Who they? Who they? They gonna beat the Bengals. Who they? Who they? Who they? They gonna beat the Bengals. Nobody!
Coming up, I sit down with one of the guys who snatched a clutch pick last week in Cleveland. My interview with Jordan Battle is up next. Bengals Weekly is brought to you by Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. AltaFiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. In true AFC North fashion, last week's game was a physical fight to the end, as the Bengals prevailed against the Browns to start the season 1-0. We now take you down to field level to listen in to this week's Mic'd Up against Cleveland.
Y'all see it, we won. Division opponent. There'll be a lot of plays made. And I ain't talking about in brown, I'm talking about in white. Hey, go, buddy. Hey. I don't know what to say usually. Hope you guys cut the part where it's just me looking cool.
As soon as the song came on, I was on it.
Come on, let's go out there, give it everything by every play. Yep. RB's on 2-1-2. RB.
Brown again, bouncing, finding space, touchdown, Cincinnati.
I have to get used to the NFL drip. Because like if you don't wear these with the black tights, bro, it looks so bad. I remember when I first got to the league and I didn't know the swag. I wore all black, like black leggings into black cleats, bro. I looked like a... You gotta have something to break it up. Yeah, I look like such a rookie, bro. Yeah, I didn't know it, bro. Because in college, it's like you could. I didn't wear socks or anything like that. Like.
I also was scared, like, I didn't want to get fined.
Yeah, facts.
Drafted him, like, bro.
Yeah, every penny.
The Cincinnati Bengals are 1-0. Doesn't that sound good?
Well, 2 big-time interceptions by the defense helped seal the deal on the road, as Jordan Battle and DJ Turner were each awarded game balls by head coach Zach Taylor. Jordan Battle led the team in the Who Dey chant postgame. And earlier this week, I caught up with a third-year safety to talk all about that moment in Cleveland. Now, Jordan, the defense stepped up big against the Browns. You guys held Cleveland to under 50 rushing yards for the game, coming up with 2 big turnovers when you needed it. What was the tone that the defense set in week 1 that will help propel and set you guys up for the rest of the season?
Yeah, it started with the front 7, just trusting the plan going into the game and then dominating the trenches. Everything started up front. When they start stopping the run and, I think they average, 2 yards a carry. When they stop the run, that gives us chances as DBs, to make plays in the open field in the passing game. And I feel like we capitalized on, every opportunity we got, like the 2 opportunities. I caught one and then DJ caught one as well. So we thank them up front all the time when they have games like that, and we know that's going to continue.
Now, you mentioned that interception you had. I mean, coming into the season, you had 1 in each of your first 2 years, but boom, right out the gate, week 1, you're snagging that pick like you did. Take me through that play, because just the concentration and body control that you needed to come up with that football was really impressive.
We were in cover 2, just getting in my drop, and then I broke on the ball. I seen Flacco put the ball inside, and then Judy tried to dive inside and catch the ball. And I knew I had to adjust, my angle. And when I seen the ball in the air, I just grabbed it. And it was a great moment, just being able to get my first interception of the year, against the Browns. Was awesome.
I also have to follow up because I think it might have been Tyson who posted on his IG story something that you guys might need a choreographer to work on that end zone dance.
Yeah. We got to start working on our celebrations. Obviously, creating 2 turnovers and then not knowing what we were going to do was a little nerve-wracking, but DJ did his little fraternity dance, and I just did a little TikTok dance, if y'all want to call it that. But we got to start working on our dances for sure as a team.
For you personally, where does that interception maybe rank amongst your top career plays?
Might be one right now. Might be one. Had a lot of action, but that's probably one right now.
When I was looking through the footage following the game, I came across this incredible clip of you going back over to the sideline after your interception and Jordan Kovacs just being so hyped. He gave you the biggest hug. And honestly, if you hadn't known that he was a coach, you might have thought he came up with the interception, which is how excited he was. What was it like getting to just kind of have that moment with him? And how has Coach Kovacs maybe helped you as a player over the years?
Yeah, helped me a lot. Just working on, my angles out the middle of the field, making tackles. Just being full speed and being able to close on ball carriers and then making the tackle, wrapping and rolling, or trying to even get the ball out. He's been a great help for us, even as just motivation, bringing energy, to the room as well. So, we love Coach Kovacs, his energy, everything, his family, he has a great family. So, we know Coach Kovacs is going to be around for a while.
So switching gears now to this weekend, looking to go 2-0, open up the home slate against Jacksonville. How does the defense build off of the performance and momentum that you created in week one?
Just remaining faithful in, what we know, what our defense are playing, going into the game, the playbook, the plays, what Coach Al has for us, what our position coaches have for us, just listening to them, and then obviously on the field, effort, ball, go for the ball disruption, creating sacks, creating turnovers, being +2, and just getting to the ball. Hunt, that's what we want to do, with the Bengals. You got to hunt the ball, get the ball, tackle the ball carrier, and just be +2 in turnover margin. We +2, we have a great chance of winning.
Are you excited to be back in front of the home crowd in the Jungle?
Very excited. Very excited. I got a lot of people coming this week. Jacksonville, Florida. I'm not from there, but I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So, some of my people from home, see that we're playing Jacksonville, like, oh, you want to come. So I got a lot of people coming, so I'm excited.
So you and Geno Stone back there, end of the defense, going into your second year now together. How have you seen the chemistry and maybe rapport with the two of you kind of build over the last year?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, me and Geno, kind of look at each other or talk to each other like every play. Whatever he's doing, whatever he's trying to show, like whether it's pre-snap looks or rolling down, into a coverage. We look at each other. We make sure we're on the same page. Make sure we got the corners and the linebackers on the same page, and then we go from there. So me and Geno's been having a great relationship, even off the field. Hang out a lot. Just building a relationship however we can.
Jordan, thanks for spending some time with us. Excited to see what's more to come in year 3 from you, and best of luck on Sunday against Jacksonville.
Thank you. Who they?
The Bengals open up the home slate this Sunday, so we check in with Dan, Dave, and Jeff, who shared their favorite home openers throughout the years. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. The Bengals welcome in the Jags to Paycor Stadium on Sunday. So it got us thinking, what are our favorite or most memorable home openers in franchise history? For me, it has to be the 2018 win over the Ravens, where A.J. Green went off for a hat trick. So let's send it over to Dan Horde, Dave Lapham, and Jeff Hobson to find out theirs.
The Jungle will be jumping for the home opener, and that is the subject of this Who Dey conversation, as the three of us are going to share memories of our favorite Bengals home openers. Lap, you're up first.
My favorite home opener would be a home opener where we ended up going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to go with 1981, Cincinnati Bengals, Seattle Seahawks. I mean, it was crazy. Kenny Anderson had a tremendous training camp. I mean, he was on fire. He looked phenomenal. He looked better than he's ever looked. And for whatever reason, Seattle Seahawks had him buffaloed that day. They were running some funky things, man, running different configurations in their front seven, different things on the back end from a coverage standpoint. And Kenny struggled, and he struggled mightily. We're going to lose the football game, in Forrest Gregg's opinion, so he pulled Kenny Anderson. Put in Turk Shonit, the mighty Turk, best backup quarterback I've ever been around, to tell you. And he came in typical Turk fashion, kind of calmed everything down, showed tremendous poise, focus, concentration, and leads to a comeback victory, 26-21.
So the road to the Super Bowl in 81 started with a great come-from-behind win over Seattle. What's the next favorite home opener?
2007, Monday Night Football, Paycor Stadium, Bengals, Ravens, second biggest crowd ever at Paycor to that point, as electric as that place ever was pre-Burrow. the Bengals held on to beat the Ravens 27-20, and people were flying around. The Bengals held on when a defensive tackle named Michael Myers, not the Michael Myers of Halloween fame, but of Bengaldom lore forever, when he made a diving interception in the end zone, a defensive tackle. The only interception of his career with 1:13 left in the game. It ended a grueling 8-goal-to-go snap goal line stand for the Bengals. 1:13 left. Michael Myers scares the hell out of everybody but the Bengals. And it was a bloody game of AFC North attrition that only the fictional Michael Myers would have loved. Bengals Ring of Honor tackle Willie Anderson had to leave during the game. So did kicker Shane Graham. Head coach Marvin Lewis looked on from the sidelines on crutches as he was rehabbing from ankle surgery. Defense all the way. The star really had to be linebacker Robert Gathers for the Bengals, who had a statistic in every category.
My favorite home opener was from the Bengals' most recent Super Bowl season, 2021, against the Minnesota Vikings. Now, let me set the stage for everybody. Joe Burrow is coming back from his knee injury. Jamar Chase had a severe case of butterfingers during training camp during his rookie year. So going into the game, there was a lot of unknowns about the team in general and about those two. With the score tied at 7, less than a minute to go in the second quarter, Burrow floats a 50-yard touchdown pass to Jamar Chase, and it's really the first time that we saw that these two guys were going to be the most lethal combination in the NFL. Turned out to be a great game. The Vikings kicked a field goal at the gun in regulation to force overtime. Then in OT, Jermaine Pratt forces and recovers a fumble to give the Bengals the ball. And with 5 seconds left in overtime, when you're getting close to a tie score on opening day, rookie Evan McPherson, in his NFL debut, boots a 33-yard field goal to give the Bengals a dramatic win, the first of 5 walk-off field goals that Money Mac had in his rookie year. Those are 3 great home opener memories. Here's hoping we get another on Sunday against Jacksonville.
The last time the Bengals and Jaguars squared off, it was Monday Night Football in Jacksonville. And coming up next, we'll take you into the vault. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. The team prepares to take on the 1-0 Jacksonville Jaguars in Week 2, as their focus this week has been simple: take it one game at a time. But the opportunity to do something this group has yet to accomplish in the Zach Taylor era is just within reach.
We're excited to be at home. I mean, to be 1-0 and come home, and I know our fans are juiced up, and so I know these guys, that's going to be a big part of this game too, is using the home field advantage to our advantage there. Jacksonville historically has always been an explosive team. I've watched Jacksonville a lot over the years, seen Trevor when he's at his best, from watching his days in college, playing with T and all those guys, and thought he played well in the first game.
And Trevor, the head of the offense, so he's controlling well. They got really good receivers now. You got Travis Hunter over there. Brian Thomas that had a really good year last year.
But I got a lot of respect for, number one, what he was able to do in college, how many snaps he played, the elite level that he would play at on both sides of the ball when he was out there.
Their front four are very talented. I think all of their guys are, big, strong, fast, can do a lot of things.
You can see their energy and physicality on defense. I think their front is very disruptive.
They're dimensional, most definitely, so you gotta play them full.
If we get everybody working in the same direction, doing what they need to do, executing their job, I think that we'll be set up for success.
What concerns us is starting out 1-0 at home, and then that puts us our best foot forward to do all the things we want to do in our division and so on. So,
I think we want to start fast in every game. You want to play great on offense. You want to attack every single day, trying to get better.
For all the great things that we want to do this year, it starts with playing great at home. And so I'm excited to set off 2025 the right way at home, and the jerseys look great and our guys will be fired up.
It was next man up in 2023 when Jake Browning took the reins under center. In his first start on the road, Browning was looking to vault the Bengals to a primetime win in Jacksonville. We now take you into the vault in Duval.
Here at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida, the Bengals looking to upset the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Joe Burrow on the sideline, trusting Browning to get it done.
Bengals will begin with Jake Browning making his second NFL start.
Browning has a man, Chase, one-handed grab for the first down. And you can see, Troy, him moving players around before the snap. It's his third year in the system. He knows what he's doing. He's been studying this offense, and Zach Taylor is not worried about him. Extra men on the rush. This one floated, caught by Chase.
He's off to the races at the 20, the 10, and he will back his way into the end zone for the Bengals touchdown. And we are tied at 21. The clock is running with 9:42 left in regulation. Browning is going to be under center. Quarterback sneak. Browning surging forward.
Touchdown, Jake Browning.
We are headed to overtime on Monday Night Football, tied at 31. Browning looking, throws, juggled, and caught. Yes, Chase with the catch.
I mean, that's an outstanding job, but the throw that Browning was able to make.
Sideline shot. That's Higgins and a first down. Jake Browning just making it happen. A gain of 11.
This will be a 48-yard try to send Cincinnati home with an overtime victory. The kick is on its way. It is good.
And this game is over. One of the most entertaining games of the season. And Jake Browning has an NFL win, and man, did he earn it tonight.
When we return, we welcome in a familiar face, as the Cincinnati Kid will take the stage as our ruler of the jungle on Sunday. Game preview with Sam Hubbard is straight ahead.
Bengals football is back. As Cincinnati opens in orange, it is time for the pigskin to fly here in the jungle. What a hit.
Open man, Jamar Chase.
It's an orange celebration here in the Queen City.
Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Our ruler of the jungle this week is the Cincinnati Kid, the fumble in the jungle hero, Sam Hubbard. Now, Sam, I'm sure, will bring his iconic flex back to Paycor Stadium, and he now joins Dan Hoard to preview Sunday's home opener against Jacksonville.
The ruler of the jungle this week proudly wore the orange and black for his hometown team for 7 years. I am speaking of the Cincinnati Kid, Sam Hubbard. Sam, great to see you. Here's my first question. What did you do on your first NFL Sunday in retirement?
Dan, good to see you. Yeah, it was a weird feeling. I was out of town. I was on a fishing trip in Yellowstone, but I was locked in. I was in the airport, but locked in on my phone, watching the game, play by play. I was glad they came away with the win. You know, it's tough to always play in Cleveland, and getting that win first week is so huge to set up the season. I was pumped for them.
Well, I am sure you're up to speed on week one now. Road wins in the AFC North are a prized commodity. What did you think about Cincinnati's victory in Cleveland?
Yeah, it's huge. That, like you said, those AFC North wins are massive for setting you up for the postseason. My career, the last several years, we've had trouble winning in Cleveland. It's a tough place to play. The grass, the crowd, that defense. It's a tough win, and I'm glad they pulled it off, setting themselves up to be top of the division and fight to stay atop it as the season goes on.
When you win a game like that and you didn't play your best, are you fine with it? I'm sure immediately after the victory you are, but as the days go by, do you still feel good about it?
Well, when you can win those games that are close, you know, last year we had a lot of those games and we didn't win them, and that's all that matters, is getting those wins and learning from them. I'm sure that with the way that they played, they're very motivated on fixing their mistakes. I know several guys are not happy with a 1-0 start with that type of win. I'm sure they're building on it and excited about the momentum. And first home game, perfect place to put on their best performance.
Sam, after you fire up the fans as the ruler of the jungle this Sunday, the Bengals will host the Jacksonville Jaguars, coming off an impressive Week 1 win over Carolina. What are some keys to victory for the Bengals this Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's starting fast. I think that this crowd is going to be incredible, open and orange. There's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of tailgating. I'll hopefully provide some juice and energy at the start. We've had a lot of home openers where we didn't start fast. I remember playing Jacksonville Week 4 on Thursday night in 2021, and we were down 14-0 at half. And that just makes it harder. But if you can get that lead early, get the crowd behind you, get that crowd noise going, start getting those pass rushers to get a good get off with that silent count and a little chaos, I think they can really establish a strong foundation to winning at home that can be the key to getting where they want to be at the end of the year.
We are excited to see you on the stage as the ruler of the jungle this Sunday. I appreciate your time, and enjoy the season as a fan for the first time in a long time.
Thanks, Dan. Always a pleasure. See you there.
Coming up next on Contipelli's Countdown, I'll tell you how dominant the defense was in Week 1, including a rookie who is already tied for the league lead in one category. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. We were finally introduced to the Al Golden defense we have long awaited to see, and it certainly did not disappoint in Week 1, as Golden's gang set the tone and sent a clear message that this defense isn't one to be messed with. The Bengals held the Browns to an average of only 2 yards per carry in Week 1. That's good for the lowest in the league, as the defense did not allow a single rush in the game to go more than 5 yards. And the 4.6 yards per offensive play they held the Browns to is 8th best in the league entering Week 2. Cleveland did not score after the 7:24 mark in the third quarter, as the defense came up with 2 huge interceptions in the second half. Cincinnati's 2 picks is currently tied for the league lead.
Flacco looking to throw his pass. It is intercepted. It went off the fingertips of Tillman. DJ Turner comes up with a football. And that is coffin nails.
Bam, bam, bam.
Last week also saw the debut of a handful of Bengals. First-round pick Shamar Stewart was as disruptive as they come. The edge defender generated 3 pressures, posted over a 26 pass rush win rate, second highest among rookie D linemen, as was his 78 pass rush grade. Stewart's overall 88.9 PFF grade was the top ranking amongst all first-year defensive linemen in Week 1. Second-round pick Demetrius Knight also turned heads in his NFL debut. Knight's 10 tackles was second on the team in Week 1, as his 8 solo tackles landed him tied atop the NFL leaderboard for the week. And Noah Fant made his presence known from the very first snap of the game, as Joe Burrow's first pass of the day went Fant's way for a 12-yard gain. Fant also hauled in his first touchdown as a Bengal on a 1-yard toss by Burrow, as Fant finished the day with 4 catches.
Play action. Burrow throws wide open. Touchdown. Noah Fant. His first Bengals touchdown gives Cincinnati the lead.
The Bengals and Jags enter Week 2 both having secured wins in Week 1, as they each look to begin 2-0 for the first time since 2018. Sunday also marks the second time that former number 1 overall picks Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence meet head-to-head in the NFL, as Lawrence has never beaten the Bengals. Cincinnati has won the last 3 meetings between these Jungle Cats, and 7 of the last 9. And when you look at those last 3 outings, the Bengals are averaging over 30 points per game, as Jamar Chase in his career against Jacksonville has logged 226 yards and a touchdown. Joe Burrow has also seen success against his feline foes, as Burrow has completed over 73% of his passes, throwing for 648 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2 games. As for Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence was for the most part held in check against the Panthers, tossing less than 180 yards along with a touchdown and interception, and was held to a 74 passer rating on the day. Receiver Brian Thomas, who became the 4th rookie in the Super Bowl era to post over 1,200 yards and 10 receiving touchdowns last season, was held to just 1 catch for 11 yards in Week 1. Now the run game is where the Jags saw success. Travis Etienne rushed for 143 yards against the Panthers, averaging nearly 9 yards per carry. When we return, we tell you about a special Bengals fan who ruled the jungle and had his wish granted. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. For one special Bengals fan, his wish came true. For our 3rd and final preseason game, Jonathan Young ruled the jungle for his favorite team. We now take you behind the stripes with Jonathan Young.
And now they'll bring out McPherson.
The Bengals Super Bowl chances rest on his right foot.
From 31 yards.
Come on, McPherson.
Cincinnati is heading to the Super Bowl. He called it again, I'm sure. He looked up and he goes, "Can you believe, Coach? We're going to the Super Bowl."
Feel free to go find a seat at the front. We got the windows open because it's such a nice day today. This is amazing.
We found out during our 20-week ultrasound that he had a congenital heart disease called hypoplastic left heart. He basically was born, and then 6 days later, he had his first open heart surgery on a heart the size of a walnut, and he's fought ever since.
We have a ball sign from Joe. Joe wanted to make sure you had that.
My favorite Bengals player is Joe Burrow. I started loving the Bengals because my mom and dad were big Bengals fans.
We are a very sports-oriented family. If we made him go to bed before the Bengals were over, that was the first thing he was doing, was running to check scores. Orange runs deep in the bloodline.
He's had some difficult times in the ICU and where we didn't know if we'd be able to bring him home. But from day one, he has fought.
For him, it's just what he does. Our goal with him is to live life to the fullest, even though he has half a heart. And I think he's embraced that wholeheartedly, so to speak. And it's just been amazing to see him thrive and just be him. We were told so often that he couldn't do things in life. And we have been able to let him play basketball and t-ball and golf, but the one sport that he will never, ever be able to play is football because of the trauma and the impact to his chest. This is the first time he's part of a football team, and it's just amazing.
Live this day, DEY, to the fullest, right? This is something that, just an experience of a lifetime, and we're just thrilled to be here with him.
Please welcome Bengals superfan Jonathan Young to meet us in the Houday chair. Houday, big Bengals.
The ruler of the jungle of the team he loves the most.
Coming up next, it's Social Spotlight, where we show you which new Bengal is already making an impact in the community. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. This fall, the Bengals have teamed up with Ohio Cat to bring the jungle to you. Every Friday during the football season, we will be out at a different high school football game, cheering on our local teams. Students and fans have the opportunity to take pictures with Houday, show off their best school spirit, and win great prizes. Rule your school and be on the lookout for Friday Night Stripes, because the Bengals and Ohio Cat could be coming to your game next. Houday Nation, it's time to recognize our high school coaches. Nominate your coach for the Bengals Coach of the Week, presented by Paycor. Visit Bengals.com/Coach of the Week for more information. It's now time for Social Spotlight here on Bengals Weekly, where we once again scour the internet to find the best social media moments. And we are going to kick things off this week by checking into one of the NFL accounts. Right here on IG, the NFL putting out the 16 undefeated teams remaining. And as you can see, both the Bengals and Jaguars right there in the middle of the screen. Both of these teams enter week 2 at 1-0 on the season. Pro Football Focus also had a nice tweet out here on X. The Bengals' new pass rush duo dominated in week 1. Take a look at those numbers that Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart posted. Hendrickson with over a 41% pass rush win rate, and Shamar Stewart, his 88.9 overall grade, one of the tops among all rookie defensive linemen in week 1. Let's check in now on one of the newest Bengals, Dalton Reisner, who made his Bengals debut in week 1, already stopping by one of our local elementary schools to check in with some of the fans through his Reisner Up Foundation. And, you know, Paycor Stadium might just be the orangest place on earth on Sunday. Make sure you wear your orange for our Open and Orange game against Jacksonville. Head coach Zach Taylor wants everyone to be in their seats, be loud, be early. You don't want to miss kickoff, and especially our ruler of the jungle, Sam Hubbard, take the stage. We kick off the home slate in the jungle on Sunday against Jacksonville at 1 p.m. And you can catch all of the action on your local CBS station. You can also listen in to Dan Horde and Dave Lapham on the Bengals Radio Network, or check out one of the streaming options, including Paramount Plus in market or NFL Plus on mobile, and NFL Sunday Ticket if you're out of market. Thanks for tuning in to Bengals Weekly. Kickoff between the Jaguars and the Bengals is coming up. For Dan Horde, Dave Lapham, Jeff Hobson, and our entire crew, I'm Marissa Contipelli. We'll see you next week. Bengals Weekly was brought to you by Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. AltaFiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals.